free crotia, na ya mwa JFM. Kaya chesika, ya chenu mienu. Say I'm bogampa, yani ya pemu. Fisa, yanya minayo, ya bogamaya. You need a sponsor, I did yansa, yanya minayo, ya bogamaya. You need a sponsor, I did yansa.
Frigid. Hey, my you, Fred Chelsea, you push him some for Bridget. Drill it, we are Nampire grill it. Empty pockets, send away shit, and your bottom best feel it.
So, some 12 minutes to hit 8 o'clock. It's a Friday, it's the 13th of October 2023, and the weekend is just about to begin for many people. I know that some of you have funerals to attend, others would have weddings to attend, and other engagements and all that. Be safe out there. Do things the right way. Try and get some rest because another week beckons from Monday. All right. So the Ashanti region, like we all know, has a rough population of 5.4 million people. Yet, when it comes to fire tenders, it has 22 functional fire tenders. So a population of 5.4, we only have 22 fire tenders. Now this is definitely inadequate, for the fire service to operate with. And so what they've decided to do is to resort to overhauling some of the engines of the fire tenders. They are overhauling some of the engines because if they don't overhaul it, they don't have new fire tenders, and so the only option they have is to go into overhauling of the fire tenders, so they will be on the road. And you and I know that when there's a distress call for fire service to come and do their job, help put off the fire, they need to drive at a certain speed so they can get to the place on time. So if you have overhauled an engine, what kind of a speed is the fire tender going to be on? There's a joke Eugene and I heard yesterday that there are occasions where even taxi drivers can speed off and overtake fire tenders because saying that. So their mind is and indeed some of them do that on the road. So that is endangering many people's lives. So imagine that there's a fire out there somewhere, and then the fire service have been called upon and they're driving to the place. They are not able to get there on time because of lack of speed. The engines have been overhauled. Aside from that, how well equipped in terms of tools they have. Because you and I know that, elsewhere, when there's let's say there's an accident, there's a crash. Once there's a crash, the vehicles will become mangled, all right? And so you cannot open the doors of the vehicle. Elsewhere, they have the appropriate tools to pry the doors open, to cut the vehicle and save lives. Do they have those tools in Ghana such that when there's an accident they can come and then use those tools to pry open the doors and the windows or cut into the vehicle and save lives? I have heard stories of situations where there are accidents and people are trapped in the vehicle. The fire service, the police service and all that, they get to the place but they're not able to save lives because why? You and I know that we live in a country where people have lost their lives when there are fire outbreaks in their homes. Because we want to ward off criminals, we have burglar proofs in our homes. Is the fire service well equipped that when they get to the fire scene, where people are trapped inside, they have the tools, the right tools to be able to break into the house and save lives? 2 days ago, Wednesday evening, there was a fire outbreak in a building in Edum. That same building houses the Edum police station. That same building has offices, on the third floor or the top floor. It belongs to the railways. Now, there was a distress call to the fire service. The distress call, I'm told, when I interviewed, DO3 Peter Ade, who's already with me in the Studios of Love 99.5, the distress call came in around 6:31. KMA's fire tender is down. The fire tender is down. So then they had to call on Konfanoche fire tender to get to the fire scene, delaying time so the fire will still surge on. When the tender, from Konfanoche got to the place, it wasn't able to quench the fire entirely. So they had to fall on Menshia's fire tender. Look at where Menshia is and where Idum is. The fire tender, overhauling via Unim. So the speed is very limited. How are they able to work under all these conditions? DO3 Peter Day is with me here in the Studios of Love 99.5. And we're going to find out how well tooled or how well equipped they are to be able to do their job. And don't forget that to whom much is given, much is expected. So we expect much from them. So there are occasions where we have seen on social media residents insulting the fire service people for coming late, sometimes even pelting them with water, and in some instances even stones. Are they to really be blamed for the delay in the work they do? DO3 Peter Ade, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, my brother Dave.
So when we spoke yesterday, after the fire incident that took place on Wednesday evening,
yes,
you told me about a fire officer who was on admission because he had some injury. To start off the conversation, how is he doing?
He's very well. Yesterday, the regional fire commander, assistant chief fire officer Henry Giwa, and some of his management team went to visit them. In fact, they've been discharged, and they are supposed to do further checks at Konfanochi on Monday. So, as we speak, he's fine.
As we speak, he's fine. He's been discharged. What have you gathered? Have you been told anything by doctors as to the extent of damage or injury to, because the rubbles fell on his back, his spine, waist area?
Yes,
what have you gathered? The extent of injury? Do you have an idea?
The rafters fell on his waist area. He's taking some scans, and they are supposed to go to Konfanochi for interpretations and further medical checks.
Have you personally spoken to him?
In fact, I was there yesterday.
You saw him?
I saw him yesterday.
What did he say? How is he feeling himself?
Initially, he was feeling some severe pains at the area, but as at the time we went there, the pain has subsided. So it's better.
But did he feel traumatized anyway? Because this is somebody who's working. And then all of a sudden, rafters fall on you. I'm sure he'll hit the ground. He was on admission. Was he shaking?
He was okay. In fact, that's why the regional commander had to go there to psych him up and encourage him and let him know that the command is solidly behind him to ensure that he's returned back to the
duty here.
Yes.
Okay. We wish him well. Now, I know that a couple of weeks ago, or let's say a few months ago, we talked about Ghana Fire Service chalking 60 years of its existence in Ghana. Are you done with the celebration, or are you still celebrating?
We are not done yet. I understand the climax will be held in Accra soon, so we are still in the celebrating mode.
You're still celebrating. What are you celebrating? What are you celebrating in the sense that, you have a population of 5.4 million to attend to in case of fire outbreak? Initially, when we spoke somewhere, beginning of this year, you told us about the fact that you had 24 functional fire tenders. But again, when we spoke to you yesterday, the number has reduced to 22.
To 22. One is also down, so the number is 21 now. 21, and with one RIV. But you see, there's a lot to celebrate. There's a lot to celebrate because if it hadn't been for the fire service, a lot of the fires that would have experienced would have overwhelmed us. So we've had a number of fires that, but for our interventions, would have gone out of hand and affected a lot of people. Mind you, if you look at the history of Chicago, you look at the history of London, fire was able to burn the whole city. So one fire can extend and burn the whole city. So
but they learn
whatever
lessons,
we have,
but they learn lessons and put in the right, things to ensure that we reduce fire, and even when fire comes, we'll be able to respond adequately. You talk about the fact that we had 24 beginning of this year. Now we're down to 21.
21, yes.
The 21 left. What shape are they in? Is it possible that we can lose some more and get to, let's say, 17 or 15 fire tenders in the Ashanti region? What shape are they in?
So when we spoke, I told you we have a technical team that is standing by to move in to solve any problem that comes up along the way. The issue now is that the tenders that we have are old. They are very old.
You say old, and now you're saying very old.
They are old. In fact, like I told you yesterday when we spoke,
Thursday,
the lifespan is supposed to be 5 to 7 years. And
hold on, the lifespan of a tender is supposed to be what?
Between 5 and 7 years.
5 and 7 years. Okay.
So that you change them. But what we have some that are even older than 10 years in the system. So it makes them unreliable in the sense that today they may be up and running. In the next minute, there's an emergency, you try to start it and it won't start.
Are there occasions where maybe the vehicle has started you want to attend to a fire, and on the way to attend the fire, there's a breakdown of the vehicle.
Yes, we've had occasions like that. And per our standard operating procedure, when you experience like something like that, you are supposed to dispatch the nearest station to respond.
And yet we had 24 for the whole region.
Yes.
It's reduced to 21 right now. How does that make you guys feel, the fire personnel? How do you feel? Because, for example, the fire outbreak that took place on Wednesday evening in Edum, that's in building houses, what do you call it? The Edum Police Station.
Edum Police Station.
And I'm sure they would have a cell. Floor. They would have a cell there.
They have a cell there.
And the inmates will be locked up in a cell. And there's a fire.
As at the time the fire occurred, I understand that there were no inmates.
What if there was? I mean, there's a possibility, because there's a cell there. Yes. There's a possibility that humans could be there. They've been arrested. They have been locked up. Okay? And then the fire starts from the top floor. Imagine that, like we know, the KMA fire tender is down.
Yes.
You call on, let's say, Confanoche like you did. And then Confanoche tells you, oh, they have had a distress call, and another area, so the fire tender has moved.
So we move on to the next.
They move on to Menchia. Menchia's vehicle is also starting, and the engine is not working.
We move on to the next station.
What kind of a work is that? How does that make people? How do you feel working under such circumstances?
It's difficult. I mean, it's difficult because for us, we wish that we'll have even more than one for a district. But the situation, the current situation, it's not like that. So we are only able to work with what we have. And from the scenario you just gave, if it happens like that, we'll be moving on to the next station that is available to come in to
when it comes to fire
extinguish the fire.
When it comes to firefighting, speed is of essence.
Is very, very essential.
And if speed is essential, here we are, we don't have enough tenders. They are not in a very good shape. Some of the tenders, like you said, DO3 Peter, are there. When you dispatch them, when they're on their roads, they can even break down, cannot get to the fire scene. We don't have enough, so you keep calling station after station after station after station. Is there a situation where maybe somebody who has called the fire service and a distress call, you're not able to go to the scene at all because you don't have a tender to go there? Has that happened?
No. In my life in fire service, I've not experienced that. Per our standard operating procedure, if the one station is moved, the next available station stands by to cover the area of the other station. So there's always a station that can come in, except that there will be to be a little distant away, depending on where it is located.
At that time, the fire is still raging on, so more damage can be caused.
Yes.
Do you have an idea? So you have technical men who are working on your tenders. How many of your vehicles, have been overhauled? Do you have an idea? So how many engines have been overhauled?
No, I can't say.
You can't say.
Yeah, I can't say. No.
Could it be more than one, more than two engines have been overhauled?
I may have to confirm that for you later.
So tenders are 21 now. You have to attend to fire and then quench them. The occasion people are of the view that need fire tender anymore. Whether it's true or not is for you to answer. But looking at the fact that the tender is old, does it also mean that the nozzles and the hose that you use are also old, such that even in fighting the fire, it creates a problem?
No. For the hoses and the branches, we have them in supply. In fact, in recent times, we've even supplied a lot of hoses and other equipment to all the stations in the region. So for those ones, we have them. It is the tenders that we wish to get more. Like I told you the other time, you see, if you look at the region, we have 43 districts. But as we speak, we have only 24.
21. Three are down, so we have 21. I'm sure that by the close of
21 service.
I wouldn't be surprised if two more gets down today and it's left with 19.
They are in good. They are okay.
You said they are old, very old.
21 serviceable fire station tenders. So if you juxtapose that against the number of districts we have, you realize that there's a shortfall, and one station may be covering more than one district.
Under normal circumstances, when a fire distress call comes, what is the time limit permitted for you to get to the scene?
Okay, so per international standards, it's supposed to be 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes to get to the fire scene. But if you look at the prevailing situation in Ghana in particular, we sometimes do 7. We've had cases where we did 12 minutes. In fact, the shortest time we've been able to meet the shortest time before. But considering some of the distances we have to travel, there are times we even do over 20 minutes.
Have you done 1 hour? Have you done 1 hour
Depending
before?
on where you go.
Have you done 1 hour before?
1 hour, I'm not sure. But if you look at, for instance, the offensive stretch, yes, the offensive fire station covers all the way to Akumadana Francho. So from offensive to somewhere like in Kinkenso, you'll be doing close to 1 hour.
More people are trapped in a building that has caught fire.
Yes.
People have property in there that is on fire, and we're doing close to 1 hour. So you say international standards 5 minutes, Ghana standard close to 1 hour. That's what we're dealing with right here. Ghana standard close to 1 hour, international standard 5 minutes. And listeners, we're talking to DO3 Peter there. He speaks for the fire service in the Ashanti region. We're talking about the situation they find themselves in. Oftentimes, residents will insult them and lambast them and throw all manner of things at them when they delay in getting to fire scenes. Do we have to do that? I keep saying that to whom much is given, much is expected. We have 5.4 people in the Ashanti region. They have only 21 fire tenders, functional fire tenders right now. The fire tenders are not even in the toppest of shapes for them to be able to fight the fire the way they ought to. He says international standard, 5 minutes, get to the fire scene. Here in Ghana, Ghana standard, 20 minutes, close to 1 hour. I'll be talking about people who have built such that you cannot even have access to buildings that have caught fire. But before I get to that, let's talk about the logistics, the tools, the equipment that you have to work with. This gentleman that was hit by the rafters on Wednesday evening whilst fighting fire. I thank God for his life that he's alive and he's well. Yesterday we realized that you don't even have the right gears or enough of the right gears. Not long ago we were dealing with COVID. And yet you said to me yesterday that even the protective clothing, from the helmets to the jackets and all that you wear, sometimes you have to share with other fire officers. Expatiate on that for me.
Okay, so the fire tender has a seating capacity. So the minimum is supposed to be 4.
Okay.
So we can go as high as 6 to attend to a fire, and every one of them is supposed to be in a APPE. There's appropriate personal protective gear.
What did you say? Personal.
Personal,
okay.
Yes. But we don't have one fireman, one PPE now. So the PPE we have are on the tender, and we have to share. So when we get to the fire scene, what you use today, tomorrow another crew comes on duty, we also have to use the same.
Has it been washed?
Yes. They wash them.
Now I know that we all have different stature. Some could be tall, some could be big, some could be slim, some could be short. In sharing these, protective clothing, the PPEs, do you people fit into it equally or what?
But there are different sizes on the tender, so you definitely get a size for that will fit you.
But should that be the ideal?
The ideal situation is that you should have your personal, it is personal. So you are supposed to have personal protective equipment, and we don't have it now. So what we have, we are
making do with it.
We are making do with it, yes. But we wish to have more, and I know that the chief officer and the council, Fire Service Council, are engaging.
No, we'll get there. Don't worry, we'll get there.
To get us more.
Peter, we'll get there. That Peter, hold on for me. We'll get there.
We can have one fireman, one PPE.
It should not be one fireman, one PPE. It should be one fireman, 3 or 4 PPEs. What if fire destroys one you have? What if something gets?
So then you go for.
So you should have more than one.
Yes.
So let's talk about other. We'll talk about procurement shortly. Don't worry. One other concern I have has to do with accidents on our roads. When there's an accident, we call on the fire service, don't we?
That's true.
What's your responsibility when you get to an accident scene? What are you supposed to do?
So we are supposed to cut, spread. In fact, we are supposed to extricate the trapped victim from the mangled vehicle and hand them over to the ambulance for onward transportation to the nearest hospital for emergency care. So we should be able to cut, if there's the need for us to cut the vehicle, spread or free the person who has been trapped in the vehicle.
I have seen, let's say, even in movies, fire service personnel elsewhere getting to fire scenes. They have this big ranch thing that they pry the doors open.
Yes.
What is it called?
It's called, we have spreaders, we have cutters, and when we combine the two, we call it combination two. So there are some that can spread, can cut at the same time. Yes.
So combination tools.
Yes.
Do you have combination tools in Kumasi?
Yes, we have some at some of the stations. It's not all the fire stations that have them. So we have some at for instance, the Konongo stretch is a flashpoint when it comes to accidents. So that place is equipped with the necessary RTC. We call them road traffic coalition tools. They are equipped with those tools. We have an RIV, Rapid Intervention Vehicle, positioned at Kijetia that responds to accidents. That one too is also equipped. That
is to say we have only one. If it's stationed at Kijetia, that means we have only one. Is that what it is?
Come again?
The one that is
there's one at Konongo, there's one at Kijetia. Some of the stations have them, but I mean, it's not all the stations that have
these tools we talk about, the combination tools.
Yeah.
You have them. Are they working?
The RTC tools.
Are they functional?
Like I told you, Konongo has it. It's functional.
It's functioning.
Yes, it's functioning.
The one in Kijetia functions.
It's functioning, yes.
Okay.
I know some stations have. Some few stations have.
Because I've seen accidents where fire officers get there, unfortunately sometimes even late, and they are toolless. They don't even know what to do. They rather will try to fall on residents of the area.
I think
look for other tools. Sometimes, if there's a mechanic there, they follow on the mechanics. You're always improvising. If there are tree branches, you have the cut to try and pry and open doors and all that. You are always improvising. Let's talk about residential fires, for example. So gradually, people are putting up high-rise buildings here, and again, because we want to ward off thieves, we have what burglar proofs all over. You and I know that, unfortunately, sometimes there are fires.
Yes.
You get to the fire scene. I'm not going to talk about ladders on the fire tenders, but are you well equipped to break into security doors that people have, break into what you call it, the burglar proofs? Because in some people's home, they have the main door, but behind the door they have the passing guards that have padlocks in there. Are you well equipped to break the security door and get behind the passing guard doors to save lives? Are you able to get through windows where they have the burglar proofs to also do what you have to do?
Every fire tender is equipped with basic breaking into. So we are able to break in where it matters for us to be able to effect rescue or gain access into the building to rescue somebody or extinguish fire.
You have the tools.
We have.
You remember that
the basic
officer,
ones for
some police officer and his family died not long ago.
Yes, at Apromasi.
Apromasi. When we watched that video where the fire was gutting the building, fire service officers were trying to quench the fire. I didn't see anything like trying to save life at the time. I didn't see somebody say, okay, this window, we can break into this window or through this door, get into the building and save their life.
At that point, I don't know the video you watched, but I mean, at a point, everybody was out of the building. Everybody had been evacuated out of the building, and the bodies of the deceased or the people who were burnt by the fire had been recovered. So what I'm sure you saw was the point where they had to attack the fire.
Did the fire service get there on time such that they could have saved the lives of this family?
When they got there, in fact, from the information I got, I realized they didn't call early. The call didn't come early. So by the time the fire men got to the scene, the family had passed.
But there are several occasions where we've had family people die. In some of the instances, eyewitnesses will tell you they were crying, they were calling for help. But you know that the smoke gets to your lungs, and at the point in time,
so you pass out even before the fire gets to you.
Are you saying that there are occasions where you've been able to get to fire scenes early enough to save lives?
There have been a lot of occasions where we got to the fire scene on time to save lives.
So when we spoke yesterday, briefly, you mentioned that the last time you had some fire tenders was in 2016. Am I right?
That's true.
The last time was in 2016?
In 2016.
So 7 years ago?
7 years ago, yes. However, we've also received 1 or 2 donations from some chiefs and some organizations as well.
When you say donations, they've given fire tenders?
Yes. A chief, I know Atrema, the chief at Atrema chief, through a collaboration he has with a city in Germany, gave us a tender. A tender. So that tender is currently at the Atrema fire station located at Twedie. We also had another tender from the, I think, Nana Nkansa Boedu.
Okay.
And
so some
his daughter, some organization also gave us
but per standard,
an RIV.
But per standard procedures, how do you get fire tenders? Is it to say, for example, that per our laws, you get them every 5 years, every 7 years, every 10 years, or when you run out or they are old, then you make a request through the commanders and then it's brought in? How does that work out?
I think that one is worked out at the national headquarters by the chief officer and his management together with the council. When they liaise with the government, then they bring in fire tenders. So
they would inform government that we don't have enough fire tenders?
I'm sure there's a plan for it, and they inform government and for government to activate the necessary procedures for us to receive them. And they are specialized equipment. I mean, a lot of the time it takes time to be able to procure them.
Listeners, we are activating our phone lines now. You can give us a call. All that you've heard so far, things that are happening when it comes to firefighting. I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't know what question you have for DO3 Peter there. Give us a call on 03220-83596, 03220-83597, or 03220-83598. It's about our lives. It's about our property. Is enough being done to ensure that when there's fire, they can get to the scene on time and do what is required of them? Give us a call right now. Whatever concern you have, you can raise them and let's talk about them. Let's go to the phone. Hi, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, David.
Yes, boss. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Yes, I can hear you, David.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Kwame.
Good to have you, Kwame. Let's hear you.
Yes, okay. David, the last time we had a similar conversation on your show, I wanted to find out the difference between a fire tender and a water tanker fitted with a high pressure pump. I'm of the opinion that, yes, we have a lot of water tankers around. We also have a lot of high pressure pumps in the system. If you combine the two, we should be able to at least remedy the situation a bit instead of trying to focus on getting what the white man calls the fire tender.
Well, I hear you, Kwame, and we'll get to the difference so we can take it from there. Hi, good morning. Hello? Hello? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, David.
What's your name, sir?
I'm George, David. How
George,
are you?
Welcome, George. Let's hear you.
David, the other day I told you that the fire tenders that we are having in this country is not modern. David, I have seen a fire tender. They have this small pumping machine at the back. So when the tender came, someone went and trying to start the machine, pulling the rope, pulling the machine was not, responding. Is this, fire tender? And also, David, the protocol, the people who are in the service, the protocol is too much. You see someone fat, cannot do anything, but he's wearing, he's in the service. Thank you, David. It's worry.
Well, protocols and the people are looking fat and cannot do anything. That's what George is saying. Hi, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, David. How are you, sir?
I am good, sir. What's your name?
Christoph, Adult Education, Patase.
I hear you, Christoph. Welcome, Chris. Let's hear you.
Where we help people to read and write and speak good English, like my brother, David Akwete. David, you know you speak good English for time. David, let me show. David, I want to ask, GNFS, Ghana National Fire Service, please, what ministry are they under? I want to know. Is it interior or something? David, this is a very important aspect of our country, the National Fire Service. But it's like commitments are not geared towards Ghana Fire Service because properties can waste without National Fire Service. And I don't even know the amount they allocate to them in terms of fighting fire. David, if we can't get fire tenders in all our various posts of the fire service, then what are we doing? Especially in this part of the world where it's always there's sunshine, the place is hot, somebody can die. There are electrical faults all over. I think we should prioritize this. We should prioritize this. Look at money going to people's hands. Because people are looting the country in their pocket. And such sensitive aspect of governance that we are not able to buy more fire tenders. David, where are we heading to? And I don't know how they push.
I hear you, Chris. Chris is also worried as much as I am worried. And listen, we all need to be concerned. We all need to speak. It could be you, it could be me. You imagine your family is trapped in a building somewhere. Police, fire service says, Charlie, this one is not working, this one is not working. Yeah. Lives could be lost, properties could be destroyed. Good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hi, good morning. All right, so 03220-83596, 03220-83597, 03220-83590. Francis and your friends at Tommy Chamu here, you party. All right, so you can call us and let's talk about this together because listen, it could be you, it could be me, it could be anybody at all. How do you respond to Kwame's concern?
Kwame talked about the difference or wanted to know the difference between a fire tender and a water tank with high pressure pump. I think the second caller actually
George
answered the question for me because he said he saw a water tank with a high or a pressure pump behind it. They're trying to start it and it wasn't starting. You know, fire tenders are specialized equipment. And for our work. Are you getting me? So you can have the tankers with a pump behind to support the tenders, but they cannot replace the tenders because you should be able to even control the pressure.
I understand.
At the point you need where.
What about somebody talk about the fact that
David,
some of them are fat and
yes, George's question said that why are they recruiting fat people who cannot talk, who cannot run? You know,
I think I just want to take that on a lighter note because in fact, if you come to the fire service, one of the requirements we look at before you are recruited or enlisted into the services, you are supposed to be physically fit. So is George telling us that fat people are not...
After the recruitment, what happens?
I have been in the service for a long time. If you look at me, am I fat?
You're not, but are you saying you don't have fat? Are you saying you don't have fat people?
Everywhere you have people who are...
So let them retrain and then trim down, Kakrai.
David, the point is making is that when you get into the service,
anyway, so once you enter,
no, but we train.
You have kept your stature well.
We have programs that make you train. You are supposed to train to remain physically fit.
David, we just call George so that the next time there's a fire, we assign slim people to say.
I think that's what I said. No, but just it's on a lighter note.
Just like the police service, there are some police officers you see
who are fat.
The size of their stomach alone, you'd ask and wonder, now wait a minute, you know. But the point is this thing: you're there in a force or a service. You know what your role and your functions are. keep yourself in a very good shape for you to be able to do a very good job. Listen, having listened to you yesterday and today, I realize that you guys are really challenged. I realize that you guys are not well resourced. What we can do is to continue talking and also speak to people who are in the right authority and ask them what they can do or what they are doing under the circumstances. Because I cannot fathom why we have over 5.4 million people living in Ashanti but have only 21 fire tenders. And even if 21 fire tenders, according to what you said initially, they are old. They are very old. What would you want to leave us with?
I want to take this opportunity to call on, the assemblies, philanthropists, individuals who can help to come in and assist, because whatever is happening is about us. It's about lives as well,
and property.
So if you are able, you have the resources to be able to help. Our doors are always open.
Okay,
you can come in to help, and we'll put it to good use to serve the people. And I want to also appeal to the citizens that we have to maintain basic or adhere to basic safety practices, so that it will help us. If the fires do not come, we are all safe, we are all okay. So the basic safety
prevention
protocols
is always better.
Is key. So let's try to prevent fire by adhering to the basic safety protocols that we continue to share with them every now and then.
Thank you very much, DO3 retired there. He speaks for the fire service here in the Ashanti region. Most grateful to you, sir, for your time. Meanwhile, Ayesoko, tonight, Kotoko is playing Adriana, and you'd want to place a bet to win something for yourself. Well, and then, of course, over the weekend, there are going to be several matches to be played. Betway's cash out just got way better. Their enhanced early, partial, and, of course, auto cash out feature lets you cash out your bets early. You can cash out portions of your ongoing bets or even set your bets to cash out automatically. Now, all this will give you way more control over every thrilling bet you place. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana and it's not for persons under the age of 18. Betway, please, if you join them, you get way, way more. Again, enjoy faster, safer, and cheaper African trade and commerce payments on the Pan-African Payments and Settlement System. Make or receive payments in your home country's currency. No long wahala at all. Now visit any of CBG's 114 branches nationwide to make your instant cross-border payments today. Call them on 0302-216-000 or talk to us at cbg.com.gh, or you can visit any of our social media handles. And we're talking about Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for further enquiries to enable you make the right decisions. Now, if you are a car owner, there's only one sound you fall in love with every time. It is a sound, the sound of a healthy engine. And so that is why Shell Fuels with Dynaflex technology is designed to keep your car engine clean and protected for efficient running and a healthy engine that sounds music to your ears. From the timeless classics to the sleek new models, and of course, from the heavy-duty trucks to the nimble compacts, one thing is for sure, every car loves Shell. Why? Well, because whether you are cruising on the open road or battling with the busy city streets, Shell Fuels will keep your engine running smoothly. So visit your favorite Shell station today and get Shell Fuels, because every car loves Shell. Even the fire tenders we have, they use Shell Fuels. Trust me, they use Shell Fuels. That's why even though cars are they're still functioning. So if asked why Shell Fuels, is because every car loves Shell. Let's take a trip to SG. Now, SG is 25 years, and I'm talking about Société Générale. Your secure and trusted partner is celebrating 20 years in Ghana. Hooray to them. Now, this significant milestone wouldn't have been possible without you, our loyal customer. So, this anniversary is dedicated to you. It has been a journey of triumphs, successes, and innovative financial solutions crafted to give you, your family, and businesses the best outcomes always. Our partnership with you has seen you and your families grow, your businesses, and of course, your institutions succeed, and many dreams come true. Today, we are celebrating 20 years with you. Société Générale Ghana, the future is you. So, congratulations to you if you're part of the family. Now, Fido's highest loan is now an impressive 4,000 Ghana cedis. Starting small is the key to big things. Begin with a loan of 200 Ghana cedis and pay on time, and you could see your loan limit grow to 4,000. Tell Paddy, get money, spread the word. Now, when you refer friends to Fido and they take a loan, you will earn 15 Ghana cedis. Now, if your party gets to pay the loan or repay back the loan, he or she will get 10 Ghana cedis. It's a win combo. Getting the Fido app is as easy as just dialing *998*9#. And to apply Fido, those are the digits you have to use. And you can do so on the Play Store or the App Store. Apply today, shine your eye, and remember to watch out for tricksters and fraudsters, because people who are pretending to be Fido and they'll be asking you for money before getting a loan. Fido doesn't do that. Fido will not take money from you or ask you for money before they give you the support that you're looking for. Have that at the back of your mind. Meanwhile, imagine getting rewarded for doing something you already do every single day. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, that's exactly what Momo Season is all about. The Momo Season is here. Now, there's something for everyone. Download the Momo app or on Play Store or App Store and use Momo Pay for your day-to-day transactions to a merchant, either through the QR code or the merchant ID, and stand a chance of winning 1,000 Ghana cedis weekly and other amazing prizes. Now, our merchants are also not left out of the reward. Receive payments and win. Keep using your Momo Pay on the Momo app and get rewarded. There are lots and lots of exciting prizes to be won by everyone. So what are you doing today? Transact more with Momo Pay and more points and win big this Momo season. Visit momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh for your Momo or business account today. It's Momo season, so just Momo it with Momo Pay. But don't forget that terms and conditions apply. Do you have a generator or you want a generator fixed for you? Well, Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA, and they also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel engine generators. They also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and also do generator rentals. Find them at TAT Yard off the Ak Mayanka Road here in Kumasi at Asokwa. In Accra, you can find the head office at 77 Anointed House off the Odoko Malam Road. You can call them on 0243 480-334 or 0544-340-589. We've got some messages for you, and then later on we'll be crossing over to Joy 99.7, where the conversation is going to be on the spillage in the Volta region. How are people coping? What's the extent of damage? We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Get the power, experience His presence, secure His promises, and enter His prominence.
Authority is a function of the revelation of God in the Spirit. So the more a man gains revelational knowledge, the more you have access into the realms of the Spirit.
You can say yes to the word of God, but practice differently. It means you are a liar, a deceiver. But when you say yes to the word of God and we see you practicing what the word of God has said, that is when we see that somebody is in the faith of Christ.
This is the Word of Life broadcast that lights the world with life, with Prophet John Anoche. This and every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on Love 99.5 FM.
No matter your water needs, Syntex has it all. Syntex tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Syntex tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Syntex tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project or demand, choose Syntex tank. Syntex tank, stress-free. Syntex tank, reliable. Syntex tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244-335-168, Kumasi 0505-555-666, or visit syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, strong, tough.
Don't pass out our number. Just Momo it. What supermarket line were too much. Try no Momo and I feel so chat him. Said you who are both so now now. Just Momo it. I feel build us out piano. I knew what you my phone now. Just Momo it. Yadia Nija coffee. Yadia Mabusia for. Just Momo it. A crime baby how bet me use MTN Momo wallet. Ubet you get Yaka. I will use to scan to pay. And now Uber use merchant ID. And now on bank POS terminals. I face Ubet you their transfers. If you mobile money wallet remove. I call bank account and vice versa. Nina or MTN Momo do so. And you enjoy convenience no. Our financial transaction be with MTN Momo. Just Momo it.
MTN. darling. Guess what? I have a beautiful surprise for you.
Really?
I have reserved tickets for us at the Golden Eagle Cinema inside the Kumasi City Mall to watch the latest blockbuster Marvel production this weekend.
Me don't know.
Oh yes, Golden Eagle Cinema inside the Kumasi City Mall is the only destination in the Garden City where partners, friends, family, and colleagues get to relax and watch action, adventure, comedy, and blockbuster movies at their luxurious, spacious theaters and VIP rooms. Golden Eagle Cinema is the preferred choice for movie premieres as well. Their restaurant and bar serves patrons with delicious, healthy, and sumptuous meals, drinks, and popcorn whilst you enjoy that movie. Golden Eagle Cinema is open 7 days a week. Find them at the Kumasi City Mall close to game or call them on 025-678-9919 for ticket reservation. Golden Eagle Cinema, your ultimate movie experience in the Garden City.
Get the power, experience His presence, secure His promises, and enter His prominence.
Authority is a function of the revelation of God in the Spirit. So the more a man gains revelational knowledge, the more you have access into the realms of the Spirit.
You can say yes to the word of God but practice differently. It means you are a liar, a deceiver. But when you say yes to the word of God and we see you practicing what the word of God has said, that is when we see that somebody is in the faith of Christ.
This is a Word of Life broadcast that lights the world with life with Prophet John Anoche. This and every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on Love 99.5 FM.
Okay, baby, I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey, my yeye. I just learnt my boyfriend Kwesi won playing *959# on his phone yesterday.
Anita, I thought you were dating Paco.
Oh, you too. Kwesi is now number 1. Keep up. For everything I have done for him, he will have to spoil me today, proper. He'll have to send me Momo to buy a short, sexy dress, and fix my nails and change my braids, and I'll pick an Uber to do small rounds before I go to his place so that he will pay. And I expect him to order some Chinese and some wine, not that Jashin check that we've been eating all the time.
Hey, Anita.
By now, dear, he should have changed that his TV and bought enough prepaid for that AC. Me, I cannot be sweating like that too.
Hey, Anita.
Jesus.
You know what? It's okay. Don't come again. Dial *959# on the iPhone Paco bought you and make your own money, okay?
Sister, next time cut the call. Dial *959# or visit 590mobile.com.gh to play. 590 Mobile. Head down some.
OneXBet. Big bonuses, big odds, big wins. Download OneXBet app. Make a deposit and you get 300% bonus on up to 3,445 Ghana cedis. The biggest bonus ever. OneXBet is a reliable bookmaker. So head up to onexbet.com.gh. Register with promo code WELCOMEGHANA and get a huge welcome bonus on your first deposit right now. Have a chance to win. OneXBet gives you more. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
I wake up in the morning, it's a new day, and I got bills that I have to pay. Now you're running late, running out of time. Feels like the world is waiting in line. All you gotta do is pick up the phone and just dial.
So whatever you do, whoever you are, there is an easy way for everyone. The simple life is just one touch away. Experience the magic starting today.
And it all begins with 737. And it all begins with 737.
You see, I don't need to write or cash a check. I don't need data or internet. I have something that's faster than a jet. Just like
what they're talking about. You could be a palm wine topper, a teacher, a rapper, a schoolboy, a school girl, or a trader, a bank MD, a chairman, or a baker.
Guaranteed Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Aji, mensa ye titiri na ayami yaka ho. Doctor say me BP ni me sugar nyina kwosoro.
Die wuhia ne Amuzu garlic bitters.
Amuzu garlic bitters.
Ane Amuzu garlic bitters. Ewo herbal shop bia.
1xBet. Big bonuses, big odds, big wins. Download 1xBet app. Make a deposit and you get 300% bonus on up to 3,445 Ghana cedis. The biggest bonus ever. 1xBet is a reliable bookmaker. So head up to 1xBet.com.gh. Register with promo code Welcome Ghana and get a huge welcome bonus on your first deposit right now. Have a chance to win. 1xBet gives you more. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Hey, welcome back to work.
Charlie, thanks, bro. Thanks,
the
bro.
malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Hey, fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and fufu?
How we go do it?
I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Oh, yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
Sharp. Anyway, sorry to ruin your excitement, but your boss asked of you. Okay. She says she has plenty work for you.
No problem, Charlie. Strength day.
You see,
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria in adults and children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malatu is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Oh, Charlie, sorry, what da?
Okay, so what for call idiot? Any it was somewhere. What is a Vodafone the BB for Fraba? Your friend Vodafone Flex. Make sure say phone is a
on Joy 99.7 FM.
All right, it's about 20 minutes to 9 on the Super Morning Show. Thank you for staying with us. If you are on X, if you have that app on your phone, you can join this conversation via X Space. Just go look for us and share it with your friends so that they can all be a part of it. We're talking in a moment about the spillage of the Akosombo Dam and the fallout, literally the fallout. We'll be talking to NADMO, we'll be talking to VRA, and of course the DCE, as well as those who have been affected by it. Okay, that's the plan. In fact, let's get started.